Hey, this is Chris, and in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about self-managed super funds. We get a lot of questions these days about whether people should set up a self-managed super fund or what does a good super fund look like when you're managing it yourself. So I wanted to share my 3 tips for what a great modern self-managed super fund looks like. Obviously, if you're looking to go and set up one yourself, you should be going to speak to your tax advisor or accountant first, because a self-managed super fund isn't appropriate for everyone. However, there are some great funds we see out there, and here are 3 things I see in common. The first one is all of the best funds I've seen use a really efficient cloud-based administration system. And the reason is that in the past, admin and compliance was an extremely cumbersome, error-prone and expensive part of self-managed super fund management. But these days, with the likes of software from Class or BGL, it's able to be a lot more efficiently managed by your accountant or your administrator on the cloud, so you can see your underlying investments day to day. You have full transparency on what you're investing in, the performance, the returns, and this is something that if you are managing a self-managed super fund, really puts you ahead of most APRA funds, because you can actually see day-to-day performance and underlying investments, and you really need to be on one of these cloud-based platforms in order to get that true visibility. The second area that I think the best self-managed super funds get right is diversification. Now, unfortunately, not all super funds have been well diversified in the past, with a lot of money sitting in cash or term deposits or property. These days, the best self-managed super funds are utilizing low-cost index funds to get exposure to all sorts of different asset classes, whether that be global shares or fixed interest or inflation-linked bonds. There's a whole gamut of different types of asset classes you can get access to via ETFs, and they allow you to invest and diversify not only across different asset classes, but within them. And what that means is when markets get volatile, the amount of risk you have and the amount of drawdowns your portfolio have is a lot less than you would had you picked individual stocks. And the third characteristic I see that makes a great self-managed super fund is the ability to have some flexibility. So a lot of people set up self-managed super funds with that expressly in mind. They want to have a bit of flexibility about adding in different investments, adding in investments they care about specifically or feel like they have extra knowledge about. And so being able to manage those within a self-managed super fund effectively, is really important, whether that is an investment property, whether it's collectibles, whether it's cryptocurrency. People want to be able to have exposure to different asset classes. It's not my place to say which ones are the right or the wrong ones to have in there. However, from a risk management perspective, what is important is that not all of your self-managed super fund or a large percentage is exposed to more risky investments that can go up and down. And that any investments you do make need to be reflected in the investment strategy ultimately of the self-managed super fund as well. And so there would be my 3 tips on what makes a great self-managed super fund. That is using an efficient cloud-based administration software platform, having fantastic diversification, using ETFs, and then having the flexibility to add extra investments that you care about.